That's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a nice fish, Katie.
It's not a bad size.
They're not really sandy here. It's super rocky.
What we're gonna do with that beard is we're gonna take a piece of some needle nose pliers.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
How's it going, everybody? My name's Frankie. Welcome back to Lost Coast Living. Today I have a pretty special adventure planned. I'm going to be foraging mussels here in the Mendocino coast for the very first time. I have an amazing person with me. His name is Kevin, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself.
Yeah, my name's Kevin. I have a YouTube channel, Catch and Cook California. I'm also a local foraging guide. Frankie designed my website. We've been working together quite a bit now, and yeah, so I teach people how to fish, free dive, spearfish, mushroom identification. I'm going to start leading some survival skills workshops soon. I love sharing my passion for the outdoors, whether it's through YouTube or taking folks out and teaching them the ropes.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take you out mushroom hunting. I accompanied Kevin on one of his mushroom identification courses here near Fort Bragg and Mendocino. So we're going to take you out, get a bounty of mushrooms from that. Then we'll head on down to the ocean and we will forage for some mussels. We're going to cook them up. So we got a bounty of stuff that we're going to cook up. You're just going to have to wait till the end to figure out what it is. Without further ado, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so here we go. After about an hour or so of a class on the headlands on how to identify poisonous mushrooms from non-poisonous mushrooms, we made our way to the first foraging spot. We found a plethora of mushrooms like golden chanterelles, black trumpets, and hedgehogs, along with a handful of others. If you want to see a more in-depth version of this hunt, go and head over to Kevin's channel. I'm sure he'll have something up in the next couple days, if not before this video. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of video because I only had my phone camera on me and not my good camera, which explains the shaky video, but bear with me and we'll take you through some of this hunt at least, and then head on over to the beach and gather up some mussels for that catch and cook.
Alright, been out for a while, found a lot of black trumpets, a lot of hedgehogs with Kevin on one of his forays out here in Mendocino County. There's Kevin right there. Say hi, Kev. Hey! Time in the woods. Absolutely. It's been a holler.
So we lined up all the mushrooms at the end of the hunt to get some nice photo ops. Had some good conversations and camaraderie going on. All these people who came out on the hunt booked through Kevin's website, catchandcookcalifornia.com, and they go back periodically into the forums, and we all stay connected that way. And I encourage you guys to do the same.
Look around, everybody's looking at like tall people problems.
Yeah.
They're like, but it's good to be tall. I'm like, oh, I agree. This happens regularly. That's awesome.
Alright, so we just finished up our mushroom hunt with Kev, and now we're going to go to gather up some mussels and hopefully catch some fish, and we will see you there. Finally down at the ocean, we met up with Kevin here. Katie's back there fishing, trying to catch us a fish. We just did a little go over for some mussels, teaching me the ropes, keeping our eye on the ocean as always. Got our bucket here, we got already a couple in there. And Kevin's down there poke poling, seeing what he can't get. So, let's keep going, get ourselves some mussels and hopefully some fish.
I'd love to see how it is.
A little bit brown.
A little brown, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
What kind of tide is it right now?
I don't know, man. I didn't even check.
This is, so when we were driving here, I can tell you that this is low.
Dude, for real. These are the
Sometimes
lowest of like the
you
last
cannot access this
No,
at
this
all.
whole thing is
Oh,
done.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I think it's still pretty low, and I came down here and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
So at this point, I decided to get the poke poles out and start rigging them up, hoping to possibly get a fish.
I've always wanted to try these two.
But before I did all that, Kevin wanted to make sure that we went over how to forage the mussels, what size to get, when to get them, all the good information, and that's coming up right here.
So I usually go for about this size.
Okay.
These guys tend to be a little chewy, a little bit much to choke down. These
Okay.
guys are going to be a little bit small.
Okay.
And then I just grab them, give them a twist, pull them off, and then
Okay.
I usually leave the beard on. So
Okay.
if you pull it this way towards the mouth, it'll pull the beard off.
Mm-hmm.
I leave the beard on so that it doesn't injure it, and then that way, like later on, it's going to be good and healthy overnight. And then
Right.
tomorrow we'll grab it and just pull that thing off, or
Makes
we can just
sense.
use it as a handhold and eat it just like that.
All right. Sounds good.
That's all there is to it. That
All right.
just pick a little bit here and there, and
Right. Don't get in one spot and just demolish the area.
which I totally see people do. I'll see
Yeah.
a big old bald patch. I'm like, why do you do that?
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Pull, and then if they have little ones like this,
Uh-huh.
I'll take those back off and just drop them down. And they
All right.
will reattach. And that way, that little pocket there is going to grow a new muscle and
Sounds good.
stays healthy, stays sustainable. Right.
So like,
This is close to the perfect size that we were picking that day, because when they get too big, Kevin says that they get too chewy. And too small, obviously, they're too small. So this is around the size that we were trying to target.
like that guy.
Right? Perfect. Right before we leave, we'll throw some seawater in there. They don't really need to purge because they're not really sandy here. It's super rocky. If you're picking them and there's a lot of sand around and it's just like one rock, then I'll let them purge overnight. The only real reason to do it today is because it's going to get dark
Right.
tomorrow with the light. But they're good even if you don't leave them in the seawater. They have seawater in them, so they'll stay totally fresh overnight.
Right. Okay.
And I don't refrigerate them or anything. I just leave them like in the garage so the raccoons don't eat them. Because they're adapted to be outside. So
Yeah. Don't need a jacket like dogs. No, I'm kidding. Dogs do not need jackets either.
they don't need a hot pea jacket like chihuahuas. It'll be like downtown LA too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take the poke pole here.
Yeah, man, definitely.
That looks maybe.
Just picked this little guy and there's a little barnacle.
Barnacles,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little barnacle growing on it. That's a little partner for life.
So the sun was getting low and the tide was getting high. I was off in the distance gathering up some mussels and didn't have my camera recording. And of course, Katie hooks up on a fish. I get to her right when she pulls it out of the water.
Oh, he's moving.
Yay!
It's a nice fish,
It's
Katie.
not a bad size.
Wait till he's done doing that, rinse him off.
Little grassy, huh? That is awesome. How you feeling about that hole?
There it is.
Yeah.
There he is.
And we didn't quite know it yet, but this fish would make the dish that Kevin makes later in the video over the top. It was an amazing dish. Look how they camouflage. Like, you could barely see this guy when he's sitting right in front of you. Definitely a lot of good eating predatory fish around this area.
Crazy. Yeah, he changed colors when you
Yeah. As you guys can tell, after Katie caught that fish, the swell's getting a little intense and the sun's getting real low. So we're gonna give it a few more minutes here, and then tomorrow we're gonna be cooking up those mussels. We're probably cooking up that fish and even some mushrooms. So stay tuned for that. Man, this ocean's nuts. That's what we got. Doing good.
So stick around. So stick around.
All right, so we're here. We made it. After the mushroom hunting and the mussel foraging, we are here at Caspar Beach. Got a nice little spot set up back there that we're gonna be doing our cooking, and you guys get to see the whole haul. Katie, as you saw, caught a grassy rockfish, I believe. So we got some of those mussels, we got some black trumpets, and I think Kevin has something pretty special for us to munch on, so that should be pretty sweet. Let's get to it. So I'm gonna fillet up this fish and get it ready for Kev. This is the fish in question that Katie caught. It's nice to have two cameras, one for B-roll. Got a little cold out here. I had to put on my sweatshirt. And now that we're done cutting up that fish and it's all ready to go, we're gonna take a look at these mussels. We got a good couple handfuls. Not sure if we're gonna cook them all today, but if whatever we don't cook, we're gonna take home and use it there.
So the wind is really bad here, but basically what I'm saying is that these are the mussels that we went out and foraged, and we did our due diligence and we called the biotoxin hotline before we went out to make sure we avoided any sort of toxins in the water. Kevin was with me the whole time, showed me how to harvest them, and more importantly, showed me how to sustainably harvest them. And we had a great time doing it.
So before we throw these bad boys in the pot, we're gonna clean them up a bit. Kevin just gave me some instruction on how to do it, so I'm gonna teach you what he just taught me. Let's go. So we got our mussels back here, and I got a little vessel to put all the clean ones in. I'm gonna set that over here. I'm gonna grab two of them. Sometimes they'll have some barnacles on them or any other stuff that's been growing on them for a while. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in the water and we're gonna scrape them together, try to get as much of that off as we can, and then deal with the beards. The beards mussels grow in order to keep attached to the rocks, but not so good to eat, so we'll take care of those as well. So now, as you can see, a lot of those barnacles have been scrubbed off. This one doesn't have too much of a beard, so we don't really have to worry about it. This one does. What we're gonna do with that beard is we're gonna take a piece of some needle nose pliers, pinch onto that beard and pull it towards the mouth. The beard should come out at that point, but if it doesn't, don't worry, because once it cooks, it'll open up, and you can even hold the whole thing by that beard and eat it just like that. So this one, like I said, is pretty good. Doesn't have too much of a beard, so we're gonna throw it in the clean pile. But for this one, I'm gonna do my best to show you how to pull out that beard. There it is. Hold it out. Now that beard is no longer present. There's still a little bit over here. We don't gotta really worry about that. We'll scrub off a little more and throw it in the clean pile as well. Once again, we're just gonna take that beard with some pliers, gather it all up if you want so you get a better grip. You're gonna grab it and pull it forward. There it is, all in one go. Look at that one. Not yet. That's awesome. So as I filleted that fish and cut it up, and I'm processing these mussels and showing you how to do that, Kevin over on his channel is showing you exactly how to clean and cook the black chanterelles. So if you're interested in that, or any foraging, any identification information that you want, head over to his channel after this one and check him out.
Just the idea of people motivating decisions based on fear, but even though doing the thing that's comfortable isn't going to kill you, it limits you.
No.
So I got all the normal stuff in here: Old Bay, onion, garlic, butter, water, white wine, oregano, and thyme. Super basic, easy boil. We're gonna throw the fish in this time, and then we're gonna throw the mussels on top of it, so the fish will be stewing in all those juices. I'm like really excited about this. One grilled cheese sandwich, and we'll just cut it into thirds. Is that okay? That way it's
Every single time Katie wanders away, she'll come back with a handful of rocks. So let's see what she got.
No actual rocks.
No
this
actual
time,
rocks.
though. Glass, some shells.
So pretty. All right, Kevin has sauteed up those mushrooms, putting it all together, boiling up the fish and the mussels, toasting some of the bread. So good. Smells amazing. Don't forget, if you guys enjoy the video, please leave some comments down below if you have some suggestions on things you'd like to see. Leave it a like, and if you want, subscribe. One thing I want to emphasize is when you come down to the beach or really anywhere out in nature, please pack out what you pack in. We found this beer bottle here. We're going to take this beer bottle out, and anything else we could find along the way. Definitely a good idea. So it seems like everything's done. Everything's ready to go, so we're going to pour it in some bowls and get ready to chow down. Definitely. I'll tell you what, after a full day of hiking, I am so hungry, my belly is grumbling, and this stuff looks like it's going to be gone in 2.2.
Where do you want to post up to eat?
I had an amazing time with Kevin today. We went out on the Mushroom ID and we did some mussel foraging. It was super fun, and I'm starving.
Me too.
No, it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. You know, every single day you learn more. That moment where you tell yourself that you're like, okay, I'm a professional at this, is the day you make the biggest mistake of your life.
It's the truth. Along those lines, I slipped and fell in the intertidal zone, so it happens to us all.
All right,
Right
ready?
on. Yeah, let's do this.
Thank you.
So the thing to remember with wild mussels, if we didn't get the beard off, when we open it up, we want to make sure we get a hold of that beard and then use it like a little handhold. And you can take the whole mussel out.
That's so good.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That it's my first time going out and actually foraging for mussels, cooking them up on the beach and eating them, and I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. That's so good. I'm gonna be doing this so much.
That's what I like to hear. Frankie's first time going for mussels, but this dude is super experienced foraging up here, fishing up here.
That was just an extra bonus getting that fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. The first 10 minutes.
Fishing. Good fishing. It's nice and firm.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's a good fish. Good eating fish.
Now I know I can eat them.
What do you think?
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I would have eaten them otherwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad
it's
this
really
gets
good.
to be the first time. Let's get into the sandwich. I'm gonna dip mine
Oh,
right into
yeah.
this broth.
I was gonna give you this one, unless you want the end.
You're so sweet.
Oh man.
It's beautiful.
You couldn't ask for a better setting either.
Dude, agreed. Yeah, it's just a shame about the view, right?
I know.
That is my favorite mushroom.
Really good.
Like so dark and just like foresty and so flavorful. Like it doesn't have a lot of meatiness to it because it's not a very thick mushroom, but the flavor is incredible.
Definitely makes up for not a lot of meatiness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's like restaurant quality, but I haven't had anything this good in a
Right?
restaurant in a long time.
You know, the funny thing is, the more we do the outdoor cooking and the more it's like super fresh foraged ingredients,
Yeah.
the more when I go to restaurants and I order seafood, I'm like, this is just
not
falling
good.
so short. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how good the restaurant.
I think in the last video we did together, I mentioned that it's like gardening. When you put the time and effort into gardening and you taste the fruit of your labor, it tastes like it's like nothing you've ever, I mean, it's so much better.
100%
Totally.
sweeter.
Yeah.
Everything.
Tomato off the vine compared to a
dude.
tomato from the store,
Yeah.
it's a completely different fruit.
Aren't tomatoes berries?
Are they
I
berries?
think so.
I don't know.
They're amazing is what they are.
A strawberry is not a berry.
Is that really?
Berries have banana is a berry.
No way.
Yeah.
Learning new things every day.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure some people in the comments will let you know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. 100%. It is really good.
To show my viewers a close up of these. Absolutely delicious. First time, and it will not be our last, guaranteed.
I was thinking about it, and so for those of you who don't know, anthropology is my PhD, which is the study of humanity, archaeology specifically. And that caused me to think a lot about the antiquity of foraging and the role of foraging in who we are as a species. And one of the really cool things here is that in California, mussels show up in the archaeological record going back over 11,000 years ago. They were probably predating that when people first made their way down the coast, but this is one of the oldest California cuisine right here. And what's even cooler than that is if you go back even further in time, all the way back to South Africa, we have mussel in the archaeological record that goes back over 100,000 years, which means when our ancestors first started eating shellfish, at least the oldest evidence that we have, they were eating exactly what we're eating today. Minus the grilled cheese sandwich, of course. But that's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. You learned something new just now.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on the journey and watching till the end. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming along. Kevin, do you have anything to say to the viewers?
This guy's great. Keep watching his channel.
I appreciate you guys, and until next time.